PBS hit treasure hunting series Antiques Roadshow returned to screens with another tear-jerking episode. Collector Vi Carlson met with appraiser Simeon Lipman to discuss a special signed Frank Sinatra letter which she acquired in 1976. She told the expert, "I always read the Chicago Daily News and my favorite columnist was Mike Royko. Frank Sinatra was in Chicago to perform and of course, all these little ladies on Michigan Avenue were always getting mugged on State Street. And Mike Royko about the fact that Frank Sinatra had half of the Chicago police force acting as his bodyguard on this whole floor of a hotel, so he wrote a kind of a cute, funny column." However, the iconic My Way singer hit back at the journalist with a scathing letter. As Vi explained, "Old Blue Eyes didn't appreciate the column and fired off this letter to Mike Royko." In between the guest and expert, stood a glass frame with the 2 pages of the typed letter signed by Sinatra and a copy of the publication it was printed in. The collector continued, "Mike published it in the Daily News and said that he would sell that letter to the highest bidder and the money would go to the Salvation Army. I had a $400 Mother's Day check from my big family, and I said, I'll bid $400 and a couple of weeks later the phone rang. I picked it up. This is Mike Royko, I just let out a holler." Pointing out his favorite parts of the historic letter, an impressed Simeon highlighted, "Quite frankly I don't understand my people don't spit in your eye 3 or 4 times a day." The pair laughed as the expert added, "And then he calls Mike Royko a pimp, he signs it Sinatra and then copyrights it, so if it's ever published, it has to be published in full." Speaking to Vi, the appraiser shared, "I conferred with some of my colleagues and we all agree that it is the best Sinatra letter we ever read. It's still a famous letter, people remember it today and as such I would estimate it at auction at least $15,000 and I wouldn't be surprised if this letter sold for more than that, because Sinatra stuff is as hot as it can get and it just doesn't get any better than this." After hearing the valuation, a shocked Vi began weeping in her hands and admitted, "Oh gee, I'm going to faint."